Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome to Forward Talk. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe button. Hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. On my last video, I was talking about accountability and respect. So I was talking to one of my partners the other day, and he was asking me. He said, "Hey, Forward, what you think about the way a lot of these kids act at school? What you think is part of the problem?" So here's what I say part of the problem is the parents. I said that before. You at school with your cell phone and your parents are calling you. Man, if it's that important, call the front office and and give the office the message to give to your kid. No kid should have their phone out during instructional time. Then you get mad when the phone is taken up. Give the phone to the teacher when they ask for it. Put the phone up when they ask you to put it up. Mama, quit coming up there acting because your kid has the phone out when it shouldn't be out. Mama, quit calling your kid while they in class. That's a big problem. Then you get mad coming up there cussing and fussing. Another thing, parents, accountability means going to class. Kids ain't going to class. They're not going to class. They're walking the halls, talking to their friends. Then when the teacher call home and say, "Hey, Miss Johnson, Larry's walking the hall and won't come to class," you got an attitude with the teacher. Shouldn't have no attitude with the teacher. You need to be getting on Larry's behind, because Larry's walking the halls, not going to class. Then you get mad when you get that truancy letter in the mail, or you get that truancy call. Now you're mad at the teachers. Why y'all didn't notify me? Why y'all didn't let me know? Well, first of all, let me tell you this. The school have notified you. They either sent it to you in the mail or they tried to call you. So here's the problem. When they send it to you in the mail, you don't have the right address on file, so you don't get it. You don't get the letter, so it's returned. So whose fault is that? The parent. When they call you, you don't get the call. Why you don't get the call? Because you got the wrong phone number in the system. Whose fault is that? The parent. Because you don't update your information. Why? You don't want the school calling you. Parents, when the school call and say your kid is acting a fool or have done some things they shouldn't and it's time for you to come get them, don't say, "Hey, I'm at work, I can't come get them." Guess what? Them principals, they at work too. Them teachers, they at work too. This is not a babysitting service. Another thing that has to stop is we have to quit making excuses for these kids' behavior. Every time a kid gets in trouble, there's always an excuse why he or she is doing what they're doing. We have to stop that. Everyone has to be accountable. What happened to Joseph? Yeah, Joseph got in trouble. He cussed out the teacher. He got sent down there to the office. Well, Joseph, he got this going on and he got that going on. And guess what? Everybody has something going on. Everybody has something going on. I get it. We all got things going on. But we got to be accountable for our actions. We have to be accountable for our actions. And hold Johnny and little Nene accountable for their actions. Because I remember a time when ADHD wasn't even existing when I was in school. Wasn't even existing. Now that's the big issue. Oh, he got ADHD. Oh, he got this. No, he needs to be accountable. I remember it was a time for those people that's from Waco like me, myself. I remember at a time, man, we used to have a school called Metro. When you couldn't do right at Metro, in regular school, you got sent to Metro. And it seemed like, I was just talking to a partner of mine about this, it seemed like you just in Metro for the whole year. Then when you ask somebody, hey, what happened to John John? Oh, he got sent to Metro. You're like, damn, that nigga been in Metro. He been in Metro for a long time. So here's another thing that I'll say. I tell kids, there is no consequences in your house. There's no consequences in school. But in the real world, there's consequences for your actions. So therefore, you need to be held accountable. I also tell people this. They say, well, I don't want to send them home. Well, where you gonna send them? They don't need to be at school, because me as a parent, I don't want little Johnny in here keep disrupting the class while my kids in here trying to learn. It ain't fair to them. So find somewhere else for little Johnny to go. He can go home. He can't be here on this campus, keep causing disruptions. So if he want to keep causing disruption, let him go somewhere else and cause disruption. But he can't be on this campus causing disruptions. So we have to think about it. Let's hold these kids accountable. Let's quit blaming the teachers for everything. And also parents, let's get more involved. Let's get more involved. Get a school your correct phone number and correct address. And when they call you, and let's be positive. Cause I remember a time when the parent called home, it wasn't what you said, it's what the teacher said. And we have to start backing them. We have to. Because what we're doing, we're setting the kids up for failure. I heard people say, when you discipline kids at school, I hear them, it just bothers me. I get so sick of when I hear them say, oh, we pipelining the kids to prison when you give them consequences. No, the school is pipelining the kids to prison when they don't give them consequences. You got to have consequences. In society, there are consequences for your actions. Again, you got to be accountable. So guys, let's hold these kids accountable. And let's hold adults and parents accountable too. Again, glad to see you. Forward Talk.